than if you cut it off its stalk. But the main thing is its practicality and its aesthetic beauty, because there it is hanging in your kitchen looking fantastic. Go, and you can feel as though you're in a French farmhouse kitchen.
So if people were to buy the large plaited garlic today, how long can they have that hanging in their kitchen and slowly work their way through it?
We always put on our use-by date for this purple garlic that it's best before May. After May, it may begin to shoot, but you can still eat it, and it'll still be a million times nicer than any imported garlic. This one is
white garlic.
This is the white garlic.
Yep.
It's hotter, pungent variety, and it is best before September. But we often find ourselves selling garlic in November and December to people who say, "Oh, I'm just finishing off the last of my plat."
So your season for the white garlic starts in...
The white garlic anyway is harvested maybe in December.
Yep.
And the purple garlic is harvested in November. And which means that they are just ready for Christmas. We have to dry the garlic before we can plat it. Just some of the moisture has to escape before we can plat it. We can have a neat plat. So we wait a couple of weeks, or a bit more sometimes, and it's ready for platting. So usually when we harvest in November, by December,
and when do you
is
finish
ready.
the harvesting of those crops?
There's a very short window anyway. Just usually I start on the 10th of November and finish on the 20th of November for the purple. But the white garlic is really towards the end of November, early December.
And it goes through till obviously now.
And it does keep anyway. The white garlic will keep a long time. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, so
there is only one harvest. Only one harvest. That's
right.
right.
So
Yeah.
there's that one harvest in November,
That's
December
right.
for the two varieties.
Because garlic anyway has something special. It has to go through winter to achieve a bulb. If you plant it in springtime, it's very likely that you will get a very small bulb. You won't get a proper bulb.
Yeah. But there is the 12-month cycle of
That's
the growing
right.
cycle. Yeah.
And we are going to plant very soon. We are going to plant in March.
Right,
Just ready
okay.
for the next harvest next year.
Which isn't very far away.
That's right.
So
yeah.
all those months when you're not here at market and you're obviously not harvesting, there's obviously still a lot to do.
There is a little bit to do, but winter is very quiet.
Right.
I must say, just the garlic is in the ground. There is a little bit of weeding, but it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's good life.
Yeah. And just before we get to our next grower, just perhaps Victoria, just to touch on just the cooking and the applications and just the attributes of the two different types of garlic that you like to have, because you should always have two varieties of garlic, if not three.
Well, when this garlic comes on in the beginning of November and we eat it fresh, we're just so excited because it's bursting with juice and it's mild enough at that stage that we can eat it raw or barely cooked, and then as it dries it does become a bit stronger. Neither of us, this is
Confession time.
confession time, neither of us can really eat raw garlic. We've got several customers who'll crunch up a clove at the store, but we can't do that.
Yep.
So we will cook it lightly at the beginning of the season, and this one has a mild, it's hard to describe it, I don't have really the vocabulary, but we say it's a mild, full-bodied flavour, very rounded flavour, and the white one is a much more pungent, punchy sort of a flavour.
Yeah. So you've got two different sizes of both the varieties there. Can you just quickly explain that? Is it just picked at different times?
No, Gilles plants the biggest cloves that he has. He always keeps the biggest garlic for planting, and just by chance, some of it ends up this size, and some of it ends up that size.
And the same for the white.
The same for the white. It's much more difficult for us to get the white garlic to be big.
Yep.
The purple garlic is much more compliant.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And just lastly, just getting back to the growing with you, Gilles, your environment where your farm is, why is that suitable to garlic, and I suppose why garlic doesn't grow so well in Sydney?
It doesn't go very well in Sydney because winter is not cold enough. But also where we are, it's most of Australia anyway, in the cold climate of Australia, and it's very, very good for garlic. And we could grow much, much more garlic because we do have, if we have cold winters, anyway, we have warm summers, which is really ideal for garlic. So I'm waiting for many, many people just to grow garlic, and so we can be self-sufficient in garlic in Australia. But it's not happening yet.
No, but hopefully today we've got a few more people that are going to go out and buy garlic to get them through the rest of the year.
I'll just say that in our climate, last week it was 35 degrees, which was unpleasant for everybody. But in the winter, it will frequently freeze to -10 at night, although we get nice days. Very, very occasionally it'll get to -15, but
Yeah.
we get really proper cold winters,
Yeah.
and then lovely warm springs.
Garlic comes from the foothill of the Himalayas, and where they get very, very harsh summers, and they get a little bit of rain in winter. And so any climate which just can copy that sort of a climate is ideal for garlic.
Right. Okay, well, we can put our hands together and thank Jules and Victoria for their time today.